Hi, my name is Eleanor, and I am from Nolensville, Tennessee. I go to Nolensville High School, and I am in 10th grade right now. So far, I've taken 2.5 years of art classes, 1 year in 8th grade, 1 year in freshman year, and half a year so far for sophomore. And first thing I have is an expression sheet of a character I write about sometimes. Her name is Hesse, and I was just trying to practice her expressions, her facial features, how she would look, and I was just trying to draw her over and over again to get the muscle memory. And this is another sketch of a different character named Linson, and I was just trying to do the same thing, practice expressions, facial features, and how he would look. I was trying to get a feel for how his hair would go and everything about him would look. The first piece I have, like the actual piece I have, is the first ever realism drawing I've ever done, and it's of a YouTuber I used to watch named Quackity, and I liked him so much I made a portrait of him, and I made this without any other help from like art classes or anything like that, so I was self-taught at the time with like a little bit of help from my sister, and I was 12, so at the end of 7th grade, and it's the first ever realism piece I've ever made. And it's made out of pencil. Sorry. I made this freshman year with a scratch board, and it's of my dog, and I chose him because he has a lot of value in his fur. You can clearly see his features, like his snout, his nose, his eyes, and his ears. Here is the original picture right here, and yeah, I made this in the first quarter of freshman year. I don't have the exact date, but it's around that time, and so I was 14 at the time. Another drawing of my dog I did was this pen and ink drawing. It's made of pen and Sharpie, and I chose him again because of the amount of value he has in his fur, and I chose this picture specifically because I like how he leads you to the leaf, and the leaves lead to the flower, and so flowers just pop out of the black, and it like really focuses your eyes on it. I made this year at the end of the first quarter of sophomore year, so I was 15, and yeah. I made this when I was 14, and it was end of freshman year. It was for an English project, actually, about the romantic period of art. We had to ask ourselves a question, and my question was, what began the romantic period of art? And we had to provide an example of our research, and to do that, I painted this, and I pulled on order to do it. It's called The Nightmare by Henry Fuseli, and it's made out of only watercolor, and yeah, I was 14. This next piece, I was 15 when I made it. It was this year, sophomore year, so at the end of the first quarter of sophomore year, and it's a white pencil portrait of myself, and it's we had to hold up a flashlight to get like different values in our face, and get the composition and everything like that. So yeah, it's made out of white pencil on black paper. This is one of my favorite pieces ever. It's of this hand portrait, and the hands around it are supposed to represent corruption and how it's always trying to ruin the innocence. So it's trying to grab at it, trying to get away from the darkness and into the light, but in the process of doing so, it just ruins it because that's all it wants to do. Made this year, 15, at the end of first semester of sophomore year, so pretty recent, and is only made out of watercolor. So yeah. This next one is my favorite piece ever I've ever done. Sadly, I don't have the original copy because it was a commission and I made $40 out of it. It's of a black lab, and yeah, It's of a black lab, and I like it because of the way I did the eyes, the snout, and added all that detail, and it just like the fur blends together nicely. And it was for little kids, so I added the yellow and the green in the background. I wish I had the original copy, but you know, it was a commission, so I did send it away. And it was made out of only watercolor. So once again, my name is Ella No, and I am from Nolensville High School. I want to join this program because I think it would be a great opportunity for me to try and improve my art and try to learn about art history, which I can use in future pieces I make. And I think it would look like great for colleges because I want to major in art for college, and I think this would really benefit me to like get to that level of creativity. And you know, I just really like to do it. Plus I like learning about art. It's really fun. Thank you.